Hello fellow Gothamites and welcome back to my Batman channel. It's been a long time since the last videos and I will definitely make another video where I can make a catch up what I did buy in the last couple of months for the Batman hobby. So I wasn't lazy, I was quite busy, and but today I will show you my last battle report for Gotham City Chronicles, and here you see the main ensemble: Clayface, Jason Todd, Bluebird, Batman, and Hush. The mission for today will be Silence, where Hush and his accomplice Jason Todd, aka Clayface, is trying to do a cyber attack and upload some viruses into the computer of the Wayne Bank. And here you see the board already set up, all the henchmen and the villains. But let's start introducing our heroes for today. So, as I mentioned, the first hero would be Batman, and he's equipped with an armband computer, explosive gel, and his perforating batarang. Bluebird is his sidekick, and she is carrying the Batclaw and 2 taser handguns. And now a quick look at the river of the villains. So we have Jason Todd on the 2nd and Hush on the 6th slot. But the twist is that Jason Todd is actually Clayface, so the villain player has an option to turn Jason Todd into Clayface. But now to the objectives. So here we have Hush, which is the main villain. Jason Todd is here, and the objectives are actually computer terminals. So the villains, they have to infect the computer terminals, so they have to infect at least 2 terminals, and the heroes have to basically destroy the terminals with a successful thought hacking check. So infected terminals will be represented by the backside of the tokens, and the heroes in the end have to destroy at least all but one computer terminals to win the game. And when there are fewer than 3 terminals on the board, then they can turn Jason Todd into Clayface at the beginning of their turn. As I said, the game lasts until the end of round 7. But before we start, I will show you the twist of this battle report. For the first time we will try out the new, or the solo rules that I found on BGG. And I also ordered the official solo rules, which are kind of the advanced version of those rules, and I'm really looking forward to try them out and will give you my opinion afterwards. So before the game starts, I forgot to mention there are also some bystanders on the map, and instead of hacking the computers, a hero can basically interrogate them with a thought investigation skill, and then gains a password for the terminals and can hack them with an automatic thought action. So the heroes got some choices for this game. The villains will have the initiative for this game, so let's start with turn 1. Upkeep phase. They have all their cubes ready, and now we try out the first card. So at the beginning of the game, or of every turn, you draw a AI card basically, and those cards say which tiles will activate and what they will do. So here you see tile 1 will activate and will try to do a ranged action, so the thugs will activate. The villain will still pay 1 cube, but the thugs have no ranged attack option, so you go to the right. And this symbol means they try to advance the villain objective, which are the terminals in this game. So they try to do a hacking check. So with skill level 3, it's a thought action, and Whenever you activate, you start from the upper left side. So this thug will move and he tries to do a level 3 check, which isn't enough, but he can always reroll his white die, and that's enough to infect the first terminal. On to the next thug, and he moves to the next terminal and tries the same thought check. He can reroll the white die. Nothing. So the villain will not actually spend rerolls for this, because he will only ever do one reroll, and that would never be enough to reach level 3. There's one thug left in the middle of the bank. He moves 1, 2, and to reach the terminal the villain can spend 1 cube at max, and he moves 1 step further, tries to succeed at a level 3 thought check, which isn't enough. Now the villain will spend 1 reroll to try to reach 3, which he does, and now the villain actually has infected 2 terminals in the first round. So now on to the next activation, which is tile number 2, the brutes with chains. So they will activate, trying to do a ranged attack, which they can't. So the next in the row would be a melee attack. So let's see if they can actually reach some of our heroes. The first brute has a movement of 3, so 1, 2, 3, reaches the heroes, and now he tries to attack them in melee, but which hero will be attacked? So the AI card will tell you which hero will be attacked, the hero with the most wounds, but in this case both of our heroes are unwounded. So in this case I just roll 1, 2, 3 for Batman, 4 to 6 for Bluebird. Let's see what the brute will do. He will attack Bluebird. So let's roll. That's 1 hit. The villain pays at maximum 1 cube for rerolls and will always try to use the highest die, which in this case is only the white die. Now for defending, Bluebird actually succeeds in defending, so no damage for Bluebird. On to the next brute. He also has movement 3. Let's roll to see whom he attacks. So it's again Bluebird. He rolls 1 hit. Now he tries to reroll, and this time it will be the yellow die because it's higher than the white die, but still only 1 success. And the defend roll for Bluebird, nothing, but she can reroll the die, which she does. Also success, so no damage again for Bluebird. Now this ends the turn for the villain and our hero's turn starts. Of course we try to be active this round, so both heroes are ready. They regain 2 cubes and Batman starts with spending 2 cubes for a melee attack against one of the brutes. Red die 2 is +1 due to his martial arts skill, which will be enough, but the villain will spend 1 cube for defending, but only if 1 success would be enough to save the villain figure, and in this case the brute is successful. So now Bluebird spends 1 die in melee and adds 2 orange dice due to her mini handguns, She has no martial arts skill, so 2 successes won't be enough. So I decide to spend 1 more cube to reroll 1 of the orange die. Let's see if I can get 1 more hit. Yes, 4 hits are enough to defeat 1 brute. The villain player will not spend a cube to defend. So now Bluebird does the same. She spends 1 cube, 4 hits. That's enough to defeat the second brute, showing off, and Batman falls flat to the ground. So now we use our free movement for the heroes. Batman moves 2 spaces and tries to take out the brute with a shotgun. I'm spending 1 cube and hope for a good result. I still need 3 successes, only 1 hit. Even with martial arts, that's not enough. So Bluebird again has to take out the brute. She spends 1 cube and rolls 3 successes, which is enough, but the villain player tries to defend because he only needs 1 success to save his brute, which he does. So now I decide to spend 1 more cube because the brutes with shotgun are quite dangerous, and with this roll I roll 3 successes and the villain player can spend 1 cube to defend, which he doesn't, so luckily I take out the brute, and this ends the turn of the heroes. 3 brutes defeated, but we are still not on the bank. It's a long way into the bank, to the terminals, and also facing the villains like Hush or Jason Todd. But let's see. On to the second turn of the villains. They will recover their cubes and regenerate 5 cubes for this mission. And let's see what the villain AI card says. Now we have tile number 2 and number 3. So let's see, tile number 2 is actually the event tile. So the villain player pays 2 cubes and the mission says the event tile is just 3 reinforcement points, so they will bring back reinforcements. So we have 3 reinforcement points on the board. You try to randomize them. I will just roll a die for each point. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. Let's see. So after I rolled, the villain player brought back 2 of the brutes. You always bring back the group with the highest reinforcement value. And so on to the next tile. It's tile number 3. It's actually Hush. So the villain player plays his last 3 cubes, activates Hush, and Hush, according to the AI card, is trying to advance the villain objective. So Hush is the nearest terminal is this terminal, and he moves in there and rolls his orange and red die, and that's enough to infect the 3rd terminal. This will make it even harder for the heroes to get rid of the infected terminals. So let's take a look at the board at the end of round 2 for the villains and move on to turn 2 for our heroes. Batman will be ready. He has enough cubes. Bluebird will also be ready. And let's start with Bluebird. She will spend an additional movement point and move 3 into this room to the terminal. Now she tries to hack the terminal, and she needs a thought action of level 6. So let's see, she has an armband computer and she's also a hacker, so she has hacking skill of 3. So I spent 3 more cubes. Let's make it 4 to be sure. We still need at least 3 successes, and that's enough. So 7 successes total with her hacking skill, which destroys the first terminal. Now it's Batman's turn. He will move to here to face Jason Todd, and he will spend his exploding batarang, which gives him 2 red dice, and he spends 3 more dice for a ranged attack of 3 orange and 2 red. My plan is to take out Jason Todd before he can turn into Scarface, not Scarface, it's Clayface. So let's see. He has an armor value of 2 and 5 hit points. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. So that is okay. The villain player does not have any cubes to spend for defending. So now I spend 1 more cube to move into the space of Jason Todd and then try to finish him off with 2 cubes for melee. Let's see. Let's make it 3 to be sure. So Batman moves into the space, which I will do afterwards, and 5 successes plus 1 martial arts. That will be enough to take out Jason Todd, aka Clayface, before he can turn into the monster. Finally, Batman did some work. So Jason Todd is neutralized, flips, and goes to the end of the river. Now Batman will end his turn. The same with Bluebird. They spend a lot of cubes this round, so maybe they will rest in the next round. And on to villain turn number 3. They regenerate their 5 cubes. And let's draw another AI card. Oh, this time it's a villain card, so this symbol means it's a leader. So the card says which leader, but in this case we only have Harsh on the board, and the villain player doesn't spend any cubes. He automatically activates all villain tiles on the river, so Harsh will activate, moves at the end of the river, and the symbol is advance terminals. So let's see, can he reach any terminals with his movement of 2? No, that doesn't look good. So the next action would be to make a ranged attack at a hero. So let's see if he can reach any heroes, or maybe reach line of sight to a hero. So he moves 2, spends 1 additional movement point, and has line of sight to Batman and try to shoot at Batman. Harsh actually has 2 different ranged attack types, and the card will say type number 2. So he rolls 4 yellow dice. Let's see. Let's hope Batman doesn't get shot to pieces. Okay, that's a lucky roll for the heroes. Only 1 hit. The villain player will spend 1 cube for reroll. Also nothing, so lucky. Batman will defend with his inbuilt orange die. He rolls 2, but Harsh has armor piecing of 2, so he negates Batman's roll and Batman suffers 1 wound. Could have been worse. So let's move on to heroes turn number 3. Our heroes So at least Bluebird has to rest. So she can do nothing this turn but recovers 5 cubes. But with Batman I decide to be ready this turn. He still has some stuff to do, so he will move into the space with the 2 henchmen, and with his remaining 3 cubes tries to take them out. He spends the first 2 cubes for a melee attack. He needs at least 1 success, rolls 3 plus 1 for martial arts. That will be enough to take out the goon. And now his combo attack triggers, so he has combo attack 1, 1 success plus 1, which will be enough, but the villain player can spend 1 cube for defending, and he defends, so Batman has to spend his last cube for another melee attack action. He rolls 3 successes, which will be enough to take out the henchman. And this ends the hero's turn. On to villain's turn number 4. They recover all their cubes, regenerate 5 new cubes. So now they have 7 to spend for this turn. And the next AR card will be tile number 3 and tile number 1. Tile number 3 are the thugs again, so the villain players spends 3 cubes, and their goal this turn will be, let's see, they will try to hinder the heroes and the hero's objective. So the first thug is already on a terminal, the second one also is already on a terminal, and the third one can't actually reach any terminals, so he skips his turn. Next tile is tile number 1, so the prisoners will activate. And their goal this turn will be to reach some of the heroes and try to attack them in melee. So the first prisoner will move 1, 2 into Batman's room, try to attack him. 2 hits, the villain player will spend 1 cube for re-rolling the yellow die. Nothing. Batman defends. Nothing, so Batman suffers 2 more wounds. The next prisoner will activate. 1, 2, 3, and he will spend 1 more cube to reach the room with Bluebird, and he attacks her with nothing. The villain player will spend 1 cube to reroll the yellow die, and he gets 1 success. So Bluebird defense, got nothing, but she has her inbuilt defense roll, so no wounds suffered. The last prisoner can not reach any heroes, so he will skip his turn, since he can't do ranged attacks and also cannot reach any terminals. So this will end villain turn number 4 and on to hero turn number 4. Let's see, so Bluebird is well rested, she will be ready this round, but with Batman I decide to rest, so he recovers 6 cubes and will be maybe ready for the next turn. Let's see. Bluebird's turn. She tries to take out the prisoner, spends 1 cube for melee, and with her double handgun she definitely takes out the prisoner. Now she will spend her 3 movement actions to move along the corridor, and now I will try to get a use out of the bat claw, so I will spend 2 movement cubes and 1 automatic manipulation cube for the bat claw, move adjacent to Batman's room, use the claw and pull the prisoner out of the room, into the corridor to Bluebird. Use my double mini handgun on him. Try to take him out. That is definitely overkill. So the prisoner is out. And now the room is free, so she moves in the room with one more cube. And trying to destroy the last terminal, but not this round, since she only has one cube left. So next, the villain, turn number 5. Regenerating 5 cubes. Let's see what the AI card will say. So we have tile 1 and tile 3. So tile 1, these are the brutes with shotgun, but I think I forgot to actually neutralize them. So in this case, I'm not sure. I think I should just move them to the end of the river and activate the brutes with chains. Those guys came back due to reinforcements, and here they are. So the mission will dictate what actually is an hero objective, and in this mission it's either a terminal or a bystander. So this guy can reach a bystander because there's already a guy at the terminal, so the next brute is way too far away to reach anything, so he will just skip his turn. So the next tile will be tile 3, which is the neutralized Jason Todd. So in this case, when the card says dredge, so which it doesn't, I think I can show you here. When this is shown on a card, the villain player actually will dredge the river of the neutralized tile, which it doesn't. So again, we are lucky and move on to hero turn number 5. So Batman will definitely be ready. With Bluebird I decide to make her ready, since I think that 3 cubes will be enough to destroy the next terminal, and she will spend 3 cubes for a thought action to hopefully roll at least 3 successes, which she needs to destroy the next terminal. Let's see. That's 4 successes plus my 3 for the hacking. So the next terminal is destroyed. So on to the third terminal. Batman will move into this room with a bystander, and now he tries to interrogate the bystander and hopefully get the password. You can use your investigation skill, so Batman has investigation. You need a thought success level of 4. Batman has investigation skill of 2, so I spend 2 cubes to roll at least 2 successes to get the password, and that's enough. So Batman can take the bystander to show that he has a password for a terminal. Now Bluebird moves into the room with Hush. I do that only because she cancels his hindering index, so Batman can move unhindered through the corridor into the room with the terminal. So Batman spends 1, 2, 3 cubes, and now he just needs 1 more cube to do an automatic thought action. Use the password, but before that he will punch the guy in the room with martial arts. 3 successes, so he's away. And with my last cube I spent for the automatic thought action, use the password and destroy the last terminal. And so this will be A hero victory. Destroying enough terminals, getting rid of the viruses, so the plan of Hush fails. Alright, let's talk about the co-op rules. Overall, I like the rules. I like that all the aspects that the villain player manages in the game are also present here. The actions are object-based without being predictable, so the players can calculate the villain's moves, but this also means the villain player doesn't always make the optimal move. I've played the system 5 times now, 4 times off camera, and in almost all games it was always exciting and balanced. Missions that were difficult before are still challenging, but not to the same extent as before. I'm definitely looking forward to the final version, which I have already pre-ordered. It will include special cards for each villain character as well as missions for the expansions. I can only recommend the solo rules, and if you want to test them out, just go to the Board Game Geek and get them. I'll also link them here in the video for you. That's it from me today, but I'll be posting a channel update video in the next few days where I'll show you my latest Batman acquisitions and what games and videos I have planned. Thanks to everyone who watches the videos and continue to subscribe to my channel despite my extended absence. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, and we see each other next time when there is another shadow over Gotham.